Hi guys and welcome back. This is Technique Tuesday. Now I know we haven't done this in a long time, but I thought we'd do a little technique, and it's a very simple technique. It's one that you can use on anyone. If you just learn this technique, you can give anyone essentially a shiatsu treatment. And basically what I'm talking about is palming. Now because Kaz has got some skin exposed, shiatsu is normally done traditionally over clothing. The reason being is the belief is that the skin distracts the mind from being able to feel the energy, but also because you're not using oils, when you've got skin to skin contact, it can go a little bit clammy. A good idea is just to put over your client, whether it's your partner or a member of family, a towel, or if they've just got a t-shirt on, that's fine too. And what we're going to do is we're going to just palm. Now there's two kinds of palming. You have Zen Shiatsu, which is what's most popular in Europe, and that is where one hand stays stationary and the other hand works. Then you have two-handed Shiatsu, which is where both hands are moving together. That's probably a more traditional way of working. They're the two we're going to look at today. Now in Zen palming you have a lifting hand and you have a working hand. Now as we do it, our pressure is coming through the pads at the bottom of his hand. Right, now you can go there, but I find it's a lot easier for the pressure to be coming through the pad of your thumb and the pad at the heel of your hand. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to find the spine, because we don't want any pressure on the spine, and then you're going to place the heel of your hand just to the side of the spine, followed by the other, and then from this position you're just coming up and you're leaning onto your knees. So you're going to come forward, and as you do, you're just going to allow your body to sink into your client or your partner, friend, and then you're simply going to come back out again. Now with this, it's very important that we allow ourselves to sink, allow gravity to be a friend, and just use pressure, no force. Keep your elbows, your shoulders relaxed, because if you push or using strength, it's not very nice for them laid there. Okay, so we'll come back out. Another thing you can do is you can try and time your movement to their breath. So you can spend a minute or two at the beginning to get used to feeling their breath, and then simply as they breathe out, you come up, you sink in, you might stay there for a breath or two, and then on their in-breath you might come out, and then you're simply going to slide your hand down the back to the next position. So you're only going one hand width really, and again you're just coming up and allowing your body weight to sink in. Dead simple. And then back down, and you just keep working down the back at a nice slow speed. And if you find that being on your two knees is uncomfortable, you can change your position and you can be on, say, one foot, and that requires slightly less leaning before you put in more pressure into the position. Now it's a good idea just to practice palming around a person's body. So as you know, as we get to the lower back and we get to the sacrum, which the sacrum is almost diamond-like, we can just palm around the edge of the sacrum. And then as you get to the legs, you could just simply palm down the legs. Just having a little thought of where you actually place your hand so that you're not going on the inside of the leg, nor are you putting any pressure on the back of the knee. Now, that's the simple Zen method, where one hand is stationary and the other hand is working, sometimes known as mother-child hand or yin and yang hand. Now, a more traditional method of working is actually two-handed, but in order to do two-handed, you need to straddle your client or your friend, which you simply come across and you bring one leg over them, and depending on how big your legs are and how little your client is, you could simply straddle both legs either side and you've got the bum there. However, I've got quite large, like quite small, thick legs. Kaz has got a big bum, so I'm going to bring one leg up, and then what we do from there, hand either side of the spine, and again we simply lean forward. Obviously there's going to be a lot more body weight going into your client, so you've just got to be aware of that. You may need to hold back, or you may need to speak to them about if the pressure's okay. And again, you just work down either side of the spine, nice and slowly. And again, when we get to the sacrum, we're going to do a little sacrum squeeze. So because the sacrum is triangle-like, we're going to squeeze around it. So we're going to drop in and we're going to squeeze. Drop in, squeeze, drop in, squeeze. Like so. And then as you move to this side, you could then work the Zen style again, but this time it'd be your left hand staying stationary with your right hand moving. And to transition from one side to the other, we simply move across and we're now in position to work the left side. So I've just showed you a couple of ways we can palm down the back, and this can be done either as a treatment in itself or part of a treatment. Now you can palm anywhere across the body. The key thing is when it comes to like arms and legs, you almost follow the shape of it. And then there's a few areas where you want to avoid palming. Back of the knee, nobody wants any weight there. Likewise, inside of the arms can sometimes be a little sensitive, but on a whole, we can palm around the body. Now, this is just one simple technique that you can try on your friends, your family. If you want to learn more, I do have an online Shiatsu course where I teach you all about palming, I teach you about fun work, I teach you about pressure work, pressure point work, stretching. There's, I think, at least 5 hours of training video footage. If you check the link out in the description below, it'll take you to that course. I hope you've enjoyed today's little session. Let me know if you try it on anyone and let me know how it goes. Namaste.